I'm painting the hat brown first because I want to make it whiter, and you paint darks first. The hat is a creamy yellow color, so I'm going to paint it light yellow. I've got some white and some yellow, and that makes a nice light yellow color. I'll go over that when it's dry. It's not good to paint it when it's wet. It's going to bleed everywhere. And I'm going to paint the arms. The arms are tanned. So I'm making them a nice burnt sienna. And I got some more down the back. And there's a shadow on her arm here that sort of fades out. So I'm going to do black, and then I'm going to fade it out with my new paintbrush. This is just a number 4 fine brush. And if I put a bit of water with it, hopefully it'll fade out into a nice grey colour on the shoulder there. And there's a bit more black on this side. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bit of black on that side there. There's also a similar shadow on her leg here. So I'm going to use, this is a number 12. And fade out on her leg there. She's pretty dark with her tan. I'm going to try and capture that. And her leg over thigh over this side has a bit of white in it where the sun is touching her sun-kissed skin. And she's also got a bit of white at the top here. On her leg. And her hair is a mixture of colors. It's a mixture of this raw sienna and yellow. But it's mostly dark. So I'm gonna keep it a bit darker. And that shadow's starting to bleed. I've got to fix that. Yeah. Her hair's a mixture of yellow and browns. So if you just paint lines of color, whichever color you prefer to start with. And then she's got a bit of black right here. And a bit that goes down her back. Also, if you paint in the direction of the thing that you're painting, like this hat, if I paint in a circular direction, it'll make it more rounder looking, which is a little trick that I learnt. Paint in the direction of the subject. Whatever it is, you can do that trick. I'm just carefully painting around the words here, which says Aloha. Now I've just started, so it's going to look a bit off. But slowly, as you develop the colors and stuff, it'll start to come to life. Her hair is very beautiful. I want to keep it as beautiful as it is. And also you have to distinguish it from this skin on her back. And her swimming costume is a mixture of teal and where's my light blue gone? There. A mixture of teal and light blue. And I'm going to do a line down to her breast. And I'm going to do some blue down her back. And onto her buttocks. She also has a bit of swimming costume on this side. And I'm going to do some white and blue splodges because her costume is more like sky. It's like sky and clouds. It's got that effect. So I'm going to do some blodges and splodges with my Cyan color and just recreate that pattern. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can just do some splodges and just doing a mixture of white and the splodges. And I'm just outlining the swimming costume underneath her butt. And the beach is darker at the top. I'm actually going to get Phalo Blue since I have that color on hand. And that would be the color of the darker area at the top of the beach. That keeps it nice and dark. And also, if you can do a straight line, you can use a ruler, but I'm pretty good at straight lines. And that'll capture the beach in the background. And then if you add a bit of white and gradually blend out the water, careful to keep your line straight with the horizon. And add some white areas where the sun is shining through into the water. You can go over them later. Be careful around the hat. Paint very carefully. You don't want to smudge into the hat or ruin your color. I'm probably going to go over that dark blue at the top there just to bring it out so it pops. And then you gradually want to make it lighter where the water comes closer to the shore, and it comes up about here. And then the rest is sand. So if you can mark that out just on your canvas. And then you're just gradually making it lighter, keeping that white. And I'm just using teal and a bit of phthalo blue. Again, careful around the hat. I like to do the backgrounds at different times. It just depends what I feel like painting at the time. I'm just going to add a bit more dark blue at the top there. Just bring that dark blue down. Phthalo blue. And then for the sky, I'm going to mix a bit of light blue and just paint in the sky. Just long strokes. You want to cover the canvas. You want to get as much paint as you can, and a bit of water. A bit of water always helps. Keeps the paint fluid, so it will glide onto your canvas a lot better. And I started to pull up a bit of that horizon. I didn't mean to. If you're careful, you can get it so you don't pull up the horizon. But it's not dry yet. So I'm just going to leave it as that. And I'm probably going to do another layer of that. But I'm just going to leave it for now. Now, I'm going to get some clean white. And I'm going to do a rounded pattern on the hat. And some more stripes of the hat's direction. This is white's clean white, so that will work at that time. And that's why we did the darker color, so these lines will show up. And then it's got a black band around so I'm going to do that black band. I hope it doesn't bleed. And I'm going to do some more white on the swimming costume just to bring out the cloudy pattern a bit more. And I'm going to blend that out because I don't really want that showing. That's just a swimming costume. And she's got pretty dark arms here, so after the first coat, we can go over with the second coat. and just go down her back, right there, where it doesn't touch her hair. And she's got some black right here on the shadow. And she's got a lot actually of shadow here on her arm. And it sort of goes onto her other arm there. And the sand is a light yellow. So I'm just going to paint around that shadow there. Just paint in a nice light yellow. Very watery. Make it like watercolors. And we're going to do some more yellow on this side. And she's got a black shadow on her leg. So I'm just going to go and fill that in with some black. I'm just going to do a third coat of brown. And for her fingers, she's got some whiter fingers where the light is touching her hand. And on this side of her hand, she's got a white bit there. And she's got some white fingers on that side too. And for the hair, it's blonder on this side. You want the hair to be noticeable, but you have to bring it out. I'm gonna try and work out how I'm gonna do that. Keep it flowing. And I'll probably use some white. That's still wet, so I can't do anything with that right now. The colors are gonna blend. Yeah, I can't touch it. Okay, I'm gonna do some white on her leg. The sun is touching here on her leg. And the shadow is a bluish color, so I'm just gonna mix some blue with some yellow and create a shadow underneath the bottom. And you can keep that blue going in the water, gradually getting lighter. And then at the shore, it's sort of yellowish blue, where it's washing on the shore. So you can move that line now, and you can go over it with some white. And you can add a bit of blue and keep it going about middle way. Keep it getting lighter, but keep it bluish. Where the sea's a bit darker, getting closer to the shore. It's a bit darker out there. So on this side, you're going to do the same. And don't forget to do in between her hand. You want to add some blue there. And also under her arm, you can fade it into there. And then you want to do some white at the shore here. You can get rid of that line again on this side. And you just want to fade it. And carefully around her body and around her arm. And I'm just going to darken that horizon again because it's bled. I'm just going to do a white outline around the hat to make it pop from the background. And again, her skin is pretty dark. I'm just going to add some burnt umber. If your burnt umber is too light, because it's a bit of a transparent color, you can darken it with some black. But you don't want too much black in this painting, just for the shadow bits. If you need a darker color, just use burnt umber. She's got quite a nice Hawaiian tan. And you just want to blend that white out that you put on her legs. Add a bit of brown just to make her leg noticeable. And in between where her hair is here, make it a bit darker. Keep that sienna color, especially on her legs, so you can tell that they're her legs. Amongst the water. I'm just going to add a bit of dark on the hat. Just some lighter lines. So there's a bit of a shadow on the hat. But I don't want to do too much shadow. I might take it away. And there's a darker shadow where these letters are. So I'm going to carefully go around it and add a nice shadow while I've got a little bit of brown on my paintbrush. And it's very white up the shoreline. So I'm going to do some white. You just want to blend that in. Try to get rid of that blue line that you made for the shoreline. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. And we're going to go over her tan again. Make it nice and dark. And on her bottom, on her thighs, sorry, not on her bottom. And there's a bit of black shadow. Actually, it's more of a burnt umber shadow. I don't want to do black where it's not necessary. So, into a burnt umber shadow. Right there. And I gotta work out how I'm gonna do his hair. I think I'm gonna do some white. And then some yellow. The lighter streaks. So it's dry now, so the streaks are short. And now it'll look more like hair. I've got nice blonde hair. So I'm just going to do some streaks like that. And just do a little bit of white with the fingers. Just pretty carefully. And there's some white where this shadow breaks up and goes down the arm. And there's some brown bits in the sand here that I'm just going to do some light burnt umber just to create a bit of texture in the sand. At the shore here, and it comes out from here and it makes some texture just there. I'm just going to fix up her hat a bit there. Bring it around. And there we go. Finished. I hope you enjoyed this. That's the final piece. Thanks for watching. Bye.